This is Sha'Carri Richardson. I've covered this one before, but she happens to be trending again. And this is off of Wikipedia. She is an American track and field sprinter who competes in the 100 meters and 200 meters. Richardson rose to fame in 2019 as a freshman at Louisiana State University, running 10.75 seconds to break the 100-meter collegiate record at the NCAA Division I championships. This winning time made her one of the 10 fastest women in history at 19 years old. So rose to fame in 2019, right, at 19 years old. And I remember here's the previous breakdown here. Sha'Carri Richardson sprints onto the U.S. Olympic team after winning 100 in 10.71. I covered that before, and we may refer to that as I go forward. But also she had like a marijuana. She failed a drug test or something like that. Let me see if I can pull that up real quick. You see right here. Wow, time flies, doesn't it? Richardson failed a drug test. 2021 is this article following her Olympic qualifying. I remember I covered that at one point. Wow, that was 2021 though. Jeez. Where does time go? Where does time go? So, this is our, you may have saw the title there. Here's our Associated Press article. So, sprinter Sha'Carri Richardson arrested at Washington Airport on a domestic violence offense. Okay, so back in trouble is Sha'Carri, and I guess I gotta refresh the article, but she was arrested last weekend for allegedly assaulting her boyfriend at the Seattle-Tacoma International Airport. It was on Sunday on a fourth-degree DV offense, according to a police report obtained by the Associated Press. On Thursday, she ran in the opening round of the women's 100 meters at U.S. Track and Field Championships in Eugene, Oregon. She has an automatic bye to the World Championships in September in Tokyo as the defending champion. She was booked in Des Moines, Iowa, again last Sunday and released Monday at 1:13 p.m. She did not immediately reply to an email request for comment. The police said an officer at the airport was notified of a disturbance between Richardson and her boyfriend, who is sprinter Christian Coleman. Here's her boyfriend right here. Okay, so you see there's her boyfriend. The officer reviewed the camera footage, observed Richardson reach out with her left arm and grab his backpack and yank it away. Uh-oh. Richardson then appeared to get in Coleman's way, with Coleman trying to step around her. Coleman was shoved into a wall. The report later said Richardson appeared to throw an item at Coleman, which the TSA indicated may have been headphones. Ouch. In the police report, the officer said, "I was told Coleman did not want to participate in any further in the investigation and declined to be a victim." And then they mentioned the positive marijuana test. So it is what it is, right? It is what it is. We're going to play this. I think I have a clip here. Let's play this as E! News. We're going to play this.
Sha'Carri Richardson is facing legal trouble. On July 27th, the Olympic star was arrested at the Seattle-Tacoma International Airport after an alleged incident with her boyfriend and fellow track and field sprinter Christian Coleman at the TSA security checkpoint, according to a police report obtained by The Athletic. The report states, per the outlet, that Richardson was involved in a heated argument with her boyfriend of 2 years when the arresting officer alleged she shoved Coleman multiple times as he was walking away. She then appeared to throw a pair of headphones at him, per the outlet. And after reviewing the security footage, police deemed her actions probable cause for arrest on 4th-degree domestic violence assault charges, per the report. Ultimately, Richardson spent less than 24 hours in custody, with Coleman refusing to press charges as he, quote, declined to be a victim. The report also states that the case has since been cleared. Following the arrest, the couple competed in the USA Track and Field Outdoor Championships preliminary round in Oregon, with the USATF sharing an August 2nd statement to the Associated Press about the arrest that they are, quote, aware of the report and are not commenting on the matter.
Okay, so we're like semi-familiar with what's going on here, okay? So we're semi-familiar to what's going on here.
Sha'Carri Richardson is facing...
So what we're going to do now is I'm going to show you some connections, and look at this right here. Check that out right there, okay? Look at how Seattle... You see how Seattle equals 82 right there? Assaulting her boyfriend at the Seattle-Tacoma International Airport. Seattle's got 82 in the language. The article is 82. August 2nd. Which is one day after 8-1. August 1st. Or the first day of the 8th month, you could say. Look at that, man. And this number keeps hitting in current breakdowns that I am working on right now as we speak. Track and field 108 and 81 as we enter the month of August. You get that 1-8, 8-1. It's big with August, okay? Because remember, even Kobe Bryant, his birthday is in this month. Remember, he had 81 points, a career high. Remember? And also, Kobe Bean Bryant equals 81 in this language. Don't forget Hulk Hogan, who just died recently. His birthday is the 11th day of the 8th month, 118. Malcolm Jamal Warner died, who played Theo Huxtable in The Cosby Show. Malcolm, his birthday is the 18th day of the 8th month. So we keep seeing this 1881. Okay, now, normally I don't do this on this channel, but I figured why not? Just throw it in here. You see the finger point here by Sha'Carri Richardson. And I will let you know, in Masonic symbolism, a finger pointing upward, particularly in the context of a hand gesture, is often associated with the concept of ascension, spiritual elevation, or the path to enlightenment. And there's no such news as bad news for these characters on the world stage. And I stand by that. I think that if there's nothing going on and there's no news, I think that's when it becomes a problem for these characters. Now, that can just be my opinion, but you see some images that I pull off of Google here in reference to this point. And you can see these other celebrities. You see Britney Spears doing it there as well. And it kind of looks like it could be like horns as well with Britney. You see Donald Trump doing it right there. You see President Obama with the point. You see Drake with the point. And it's like, they could be referring to something as we would view as positive, right? But there's probably some demonic nature to this. You see the six on Drake's arm right there, right? The six god. Christian Coleman is born on the 6th. And what do you think about this? Because a lot of times when you think of Freemasonry, we all probably are in the same algorithm. We probably all, I don't usually speak on it a lot because this is supposedly like secret stuff, right? So unless we're like a fly on the wall, we just report what we're given or maybe what we see with other channels. But we're not there. We really don't know because it's supposed to be a secret. But we hear about 33rd degree Freemason a lot, don't we? And the number 33. Isn't that interesting? First off, how this couple, look at how their birthdays are 19 days apart. Both of their birthdays are in the 3rd month of March. So you get that 33. Even Christian Coleman, C is the 3rd letter of the alphabet. C, C, 33. Somebody else on the world stage, you can think of maybe like Caitlin Clark, CC. And there's a lot of connections with her and Larry Bird. You get the Indiana connection for one. But even Sha'Carri, you get a C in there. Look at that. So you get the 3 3 on their birthdays, 19 days apart. You get that 33. Remember, masonry equals 33. And again, I'm not sitting here saying, like, oh, these are Masons. I'm not saying all of that. I just simply added it into my breakdown. Okay. And what do you think about this? Google is saying a 33rd degree Freemason refers to a master Mason. Isn't that amazing? Because Master Mason, you get the MM, like that 3rd month of the year, March. So you get the MM. Isn't that awesome right there? And you notice the bird right there with the 33? In the code, in the Gematrinator calculator, bird equals 33. Isn't that awesome? That's why I'm saying a lot of this stuff is connected by the language and the numbers, right? So a lot of times with like the Freemason stuff and the secret society stuff, that stuff just may all land connected by the language and the numbers. Maybe it's like not a real thing. You understand what I'm saying? Well, hopefully you do. But I just try to stick to the basic decoding from what I see. But I just thought that was interesting to throw in there, right? Because these connections that I'm showing you are facts with the language. Okay. But I thought it would be cool to just kind of throw that in there as well. But yes, Master Mason is what they're saying. MM. And then you get the 3rd month, March and March, you get the 33. Bird equals 33. Masonry equals 33. And yes, Google is saying Freemasons utilize codes primarily for secrecy and to protect the integrity of their rituals and teachings. These codes are not necessarily complex or sophisticated, but serve to restrict access to certain knowledge and practices to initiated members only. I tried watching a Freemason speak before at like some gathering and talk about, man, just talking in circles. Just talking in circles. Like, what do you do? It's just all of these words. And really, leading to nothing. But anyways, I wanted to just throw that in there for you. You could take it for, you get these lodges in like every town, right? But you can take it for, however you want. And that leads into this because her boyfriend with this domestic violence, look at his name, Christian. So look, he's got Christian. You get kind of like a religious connection here. Notice how Christian, look at Christ. Isn't that amazing? Because there's a lot of 33s with Jesus. And I'm not going to get into all of that right now because I'm trying to stay focused on this breakdown. But you can go look up Jesus Christ and the number 33. I'm sure it'll be very simple. You can probably find some decodes on it as well. But look, you get Christ here in Christian. That is amazing because there is a lot of 33s there. But look at this, Christian Coleman. And again, we have a Donald Trump connection because Donald Trump, his dad, his middle name, I still don't know if it's pronounced Christ, but it's spelt like Christ. You see that? And once again, we get a Donald Trump connection to a world stage story. Don't forget the incident with his ear, which may have been a Freemason ritual, right? I don't know. But remember, that was the 13th day of the 7th month, 137. Remember, 137 is the 33rd prime number. Okay? But you get that middle name there with his dad. And look at these connections because we know Jesus Christ equals 146 in the reverse cipher. We know that's Donald Trump's birthday, 146. Look how Jesus and Jesus Christ have 74, like Christian Coleman. He doesn't want to be a victim. He got pushed. He got headphones thrown at him. Okay? He got a backpack snatched from him, right? I think that's what they said. Christian Coleman, 74. Domestic violence, 74. Jesus and Jesus Christ, 74. Remember, Trump equals 47. Republican. DC, White House, government, president, all equal 47. The 74 reversed. Christian Coleman has 97 like airport, 97 like sprinter. And this incident at an airport, and I'm assuming they're both sprinters, but at least Richardson is a sprinter. I'm getting her confused with someone else I'm breaking down right now. But Sha'Carri Richardson is a sprinter. So look at how that stuff connects. It doesn't specifically say Freemasons use numbers for their codes, but dude, would we really know? And if you weren't sold on the Donald Trump connection, domestic violence equals 88. That's a very demonic point, by the way, with the fingernail. LeBron James may not be pointing, but remember LeBron does that kind of ritual before games where he like looks up, throws the powder, and he does all that as well. Look at domestic violence has 88 like Trump. And don't forget, we are in the 8th month now. And don't forget, I brought that up earlier. Did you know that Christian Coleman has the same birthday as Shaquille O'Neal And I brought this up in a previous breakdown. Shaquille O'Neal went to LSU. So did Sha'Carri Richardson. Now she's dating Christian Coleman with the same birthday as Shaquille O'Neal. Shaquille O'Neal's a Freemason. Woo! Shaq's got the 33. I just caught that right now. Woo! I just caught that right now. What do you think about that? This stuff is all connected. Shaq's got the 33. Shaquille, Sha'Carri, LSU connection. You thought I was wild? Same birthday as her boyfriend? You thought I was wild? Isn't he even connected with Angel Reese? And you get that Angel Jesus Christ connection, and Angel Reese is connected to LSU? And Shaq is a Freemason. Everybody knows that. He's even connected with Angel Reese. Look, Angel, Jesus Christ, religion, Christian. Come on, man. We all know Shaq's a Freemason. You want to see? That connection just hit on the fly. Yes, Shaquille O'Neal is a Freemason. He was a Master Mason. What do you think about that? That's on the fly. That's on the fly right there. I thought I just had the Sha'Carri Shaquille connection with LSU. I forgot about that. You thought I was wild, huh? It's connected like that. Everything's the language. Everything's the language, man. Everything's the language. And Shaq had that 33 on the LSU jersey. What do you think about that? That was just an added, like, let me just go ahead and throw that in there. I see the point with the finger point. You see that? Sounding a little bit more confident over here, am I? Don't forget Kobe Bryant with that 81 connection connected to Shaq. Isn't that amazing? Damn. As the confidence skyrockets. What do you think about that 33 connection right there? Shaq is a Master Mason. Same birthday as Sha'Carri Richardson's boyfriend. Domestic violence here. What do you think about that, man? On the fly. Look at that 33 right there. Bam. What do you think about that? Let's go over here. Look at this. Look at Bird. 33 and 30. You saw the logo. The language. Masonry. 33. What do you think about this? 33rd degree Freemason. 330 like 33. As Kirk Cousins said, you like that? What do you think about that? I'm just trying to give you the information, and what do you think about that? I'm going to say what I'm presenting as a decode. This hits. Look how we incorporate everything here. You see the 33 on the jersey. Look, she's got that. Look at that symbol she's throwing up right there. That's another symbol right there. I'm not a symbolism channel, man. I know symbols when I see them though. Look at that. Yeah, it's an L, but I'm sure it means something else, man. Sure, it's an L for LSU. I'm sure it means something else. Damn.
Well, it is time for Fresh Daily, your dose of trending topics.
Well, first, the top scoop of the day, a famous athlete arrested. Oh, this news breaks my heart.
She says it breaks her heart. I don't think she'd be saying that if it was a dude doing it.
Olympian track star Sha'Carri Richardson, she was taken into custody and charged with fourth-degree domestic violence assault. So this comes after an alleged altercation.
Ooh, fourth degree?
With her boyfriend, who's a fellow runner, Christian Coleman. In this incident, it turned physical. The two, they were at the airport in Seattle last Sunday and apparently got into a fight as they left security. Well, Richardson is accused of pushing him several times before he fell and was released from jail this past Monday.
Wow, this turned into a Freemason decode. Fourth degree? I almost missed that. Oh my God. Wow. I was like, I don't know if I should do this. And look what happened. Look at this. Fourth degree domestic violence. Oh my God. You get the degree connection? Fourth degree Freemason? Is that amazing? Is that amazing? In Freemasonry, the fourth degree can refer to either the secret master degree in the Scottish Rite or the Royal Ark degree in York Rite Masonry. And I've heard that connected with Trump on other decoding channels. Holy crap. I'm blown away. She is 25. We're in the year 25. God damn it, man. Absolutely amazing. And I'm still gonna hit stop and then be like, "Oh, damn it. I missed something." Holy crap. Let's go to this other. Here's the other breakdown where I took that Shaq image from just to see if anything else lands. Whenever this was, man, like I don't even remember, like a year ago or whatever. Let's just see if anything else hits. You can see these connections with the Lady Tigers. This is a previous breakdown at least a year ago, roughly. Let's just see if anything else pops. Look at, you see the 55 right there, like God and Satan equal 55? LSU Lady Tigers, U.S. Olympic team, and Richardson. And look at those other connections. Trump equals 29. Wow, look at her birthday on the 25th. Now she's 25 years old. Trump equals 25 as well. I don't even go into these breakdowns wanting to bring dude up. God, man. T's the 20th letter of the alphabet. 71 is the 20th prime number. T for Trump. U.S. Olympic team there, 71. God damn it. The 10th prime is 29. Look at that connection. I don't even know who that is. God, this is wild. There's Angel Reese in this breakdown from a long time ago with the Shaq connection. I just saw a creepy video where Shaq was hitting on Angel Reese. It was like on my Facebook algorithm. God, man. Okay, you get the R. That Angel Christ Mason connection is amazing. Look, Chicago sky. Sky like heaven, like God, like cloud. Damn, man. And look, that was back when Sha'Carri was 24. Now 25. So this was at least before March, but I think it was longer than that. This is why we do this. Okay, look, I see June 22nd. It looks like possibly with that breakdown. Hold on. Look, you get the August 2nd date right there. Look, hold on. This breakdown was from a long time ago. Look at this. Was this around the Olympics or whatever? Look at in the article they have August 2nd. And now yesterday was August 2nd. So was this over a year ago? This is from an old decode. You get August 2nd. So that had to have been 2024, right? And look, yesterday was August 2nd, 2025, and she's trending again. Good God. Look at that. This stuff just cycles and repeats, man. Did I put 55 in there twice? How long was this decode? This is wild, man. So this was synced up with the Paris Olympics, that old breakdown. I don't think I get a date on that. Now we're back here at the current DV breakdown here. Isn't that amazing? This is why we save the work over here. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that. A demonic finger point. Look what we get. Run it back. I think this is legendary. Sprinter Sha'Carri Richardson arrested at Washington Airport. Washington connects to Trump, man. Even the Washington State, Washington D.C., whatever. He's been connected with everything Washington. Look at the NFL with the Washington Commanders. Washington equals 50 like Donald. Good God. Domestic violence offense, Sha'Carri Richardson, her boyfriend Christian Coleman. I'm out. Until next time.